right, good afternoon, everybody. This is Robert at Scott Leroy Marketing. Today we're working on our KWConnect overview. We're going to go over the education resource that KW provides to agents that a lot of people don't know about or don't know how to use. We know that we have a lot of education resources for you. We've got several hundred, almost 2,000 actually, educational videos on our YouTube channel, but KW International also provides a lot of education stuff for you in KWConnect. It's also a place for agents to share their materials or their wisdom or their education for other agents to use. There are mega agents that are sharing their listing presentations. There are people in other parts of the world that are sharing their objection handlers when they're using scripts. So KWConnect is a great resource for agents, and if you haven't checked it out yet, we definitely recommend that you go ahead and follow us through this class. We're going to cover the big things first, the ones that we think are most important, and then we can get more detailed after that. I do want to point out that since this is a brand new class, if there's anything that you're unclear on or something that you think we should cover that we haven't, definitely definitely let me know there in the chat window. That's the way that you can communicate with me. If there's something that I didn't explain completely, or if there's something that you'd like specifically to know how to find that you're not sure about how to find, or if you're running into a problem, definitely let me know there in the chat window. I'll try to cover everything I can. There will be probably some things that aren't part of the purview of the class, and I'll let you know about that, and we'll just have you contact support at scottleroymarketing.com for that. But as we move forward, definitely send over your questions, because this is a new class and there's going to be things that you want to cover that we didn't think about covering. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me make this minimized here. So our first step is going to be getting logged into mykw.kw.com. You actually access KWConnect through MyKW. You could theoretically go to KWConnect.com directly, but there are some issues that tend to pop up fairly often when you go directly to KWConnect without going through MyKW first. Some login issues, some things that aren't accessible that should be, all kinds of stuff like that. So the best practice is first to get to your mykw.kw.com homepage right here. Once you're here, up in the top black menu, we'll hover over education, and KWConnect is the first option. It's the very first thing you'll see there. You'll also see Keller Williams University. That will also take you into KWConnect, specifically to the KWU page, which I'll show you how to find anyway. Let's go to KWConnect here. There we go. This is the KWConnect homepage. And it looks like it has cookies. Let's go ahead and accept some cookies. Okay, so if you're logged into MyKW, it'll show your picture up here in the top right. You've got your profile, notifications, all that fun stuff. That's one of the first things we're going to cover, but I do want to do a general overview of this homepage before we get started. Up in the top left, we've got our KWConnect logo. So if you're ever anywhere in KWConnect and you get lost and you want to go back to the homepage, you just click on KWConnect and it'll take you back to the homepage. Memberships here is if you wanted to pay to join certain, I guess it's called communities here in KWConnect, things like young professionals or commercial, or I think farm and ranch and luxury. There are certain communities here in KWConnect that are an extra fee. You'd want to contact your Market Center administrator about joining those specific divisions of KW. I think and you'll have to verify this with your MCA. I think that if you're a member of the luxury division in KW International, you will have access to whatever luxury content is here in KWConnect. Same for farm and ranch, same for young professionals and all that stuff. Just to the right of that, we've got calendar. This is where events from your market center, from your region, from KW International, from all over the place, every market center, all the events from across KW are found on this calendar. Resources here has got a lot of stuff under it. You've got culture, events, industry, Keller Mortgage, KWU, maps, coaching, marketing. We'll go over a little bit more about what each of those are as we get across to this menu item. We're going to spend a good bit of time here in KWU because that's where most of the education resources are, especially for Ignite, which is a big deal for brand new agents. You definitely want to get into and through Ignite as quickly as possible so that you can have your closings as quickly as possible. Over here, we've got Ask Agents. This is a new-ish feature that I haven't had very much time to explore yet, so we'll get to learn about that together. Just to the right of that, we've got Ask Kelly. This is very similar things that you can ask Kelly. In fact, it may be the same things that you can do with Ask Kelly here in the KWConnect web interface versus on the Kelly app. And if you want to learn more about the Kelly app, we actually had a class on her last week, and I think we're going to be doing that monthly also, and that's recorded at slmtraining.com, as is this class right here, the class that we're recording right now, slmtraining.com. That's where we do our advanced training classes like on Play Store or .loop or things like that. It's not the basic get to know my KW, that's at slmwebinar.com. Just to the right of that, we've got my referrals. We're going to spend a little bit of time in there, but that is, again, mostly covered in that Kelly class. I don't think I spent as much time in here as I could have last week because the KWConnect system was being wonky. It was just being super slow, so we'll have to recover that next week. And then growth here is for the career growth initiative, and leadership opportunities. We'll go into that once we get over to there. Over on the right, you've got a big button right here that says upload. This is where you can upload content to share with KW agents everywhere. You can upload, if you have a special twist on a listing preview video, if you have a great idea for a, what are we talking about? I have totally lost my train of thought. For a listing presentation or a buyer packet, or you've got a really unique door hanger or something like that that you want to share with other people to help them build their business, this is where you can do that. You can upload videos, you can upload images, you can upload documents, you can upload slideshows, all that stuff you can upload right here. And if you upload enough great content, you may end up with some followers from across the country, across the world, maybe even some of the KW leadership that think, hey, this content is pretty great. I want to see any future new content from this person. Also, up here in the top right, if you hover over your picture, you can change the information that shows on your profile here in KWConnect. That does also affect the referrals section here. So when agents are looking for a referral in that new section, that's what's this My Profile section is what they're going to see. Moving down a little bit. We've got, actually moving down just one little bit, this is the search bar here. It can be kind of hard to see if you're not used to looking for this kind of thing, but this little magnifying glass here and the little drop down on the right and then search for courses, videos, all that lets me know that this is a search bar. So if you're looking for something specific like a listing presentation template or a certain video about how to use a certain tool, like maybe something in HomeKeeper or something in the KW app, you can search for that right here in the search bar, and we'll go over that in just a little bit. Under that, on the home page here, these are basically quote-unquote ads from KW International. These are big things that are happening across the company, and they want to make sure that everybody is aware of them, and you can go through that, and all this content is here in KWConnect. Lab Swag. I think I kind of want that mug. Anyway. Coming down here, these are featured videos. I don't know whether these are videos that are super popular or from people that have a lot of followers or if they're just the newest videos. Looks like you can filter it by all types, which is going to have documents, videos, audio, links, all kinds of stuff. Let's see, what are these here? KW people. I think this icon right here is going to mean show only videos from KW International. And then this one is going to say show only videos from associates who have uploaded their own content. And then you've also got all, which is what it's on currently, which is going to show videos from both types. Scrolling down a little further, upcoming courses. This is taking from that calendar section. So we've had calendar up here where it's showing the events from all across KW. This is showing the next begin dates for those types of courses that are on those calendars. And you can actually see more that are starting at KW International and at market centers across the world. We've got trending searches. You've just got, a word map here, recommendations, I guess, based on your past watch history. I don't know. Spotlight on content from either KW International or agents that they think people should see. It's down here at the bottom. We're going to start back up here at the top here. We're going to click on calendar. We're just going to work our way across. So here in the calendar, this is, like I said, going to have events from all across KW, and you can filter that based on what kind of things you want to look for. So I guess there are some filters in place here on Scott's that's not showing those events from other places. Let's do advanced filters. Okay. So here under advanced filters, you can filter by location. So if you want to see events that are being held in Austin at KW International, you can check this box. If you want to see events that are being hosted by your region, maybe in nearby on your state or in the next state over or something like that, you can check this box. If you're doing if you want to see events hosted by any market center in your region, and there are regions there, I think there are about 7 or 8 regions across the country. If you want to see events that are hosted by any market center in that region, you check this box. This one's pretty self-explanatory, events in my market center. This one is for events across all market centers across all of KW. We're going to check that just to show you what that looks like. And then over on the right, if you're a member of commercial and you want to see training events for the commercial division, you can check that box there. And then you can filter this. I don't know why this is selected by default. Events I manage. I don't know how many events you're going to be managing, so you would want to do all events right here. And then by event type. So is it a class? Is it an ALC meeting? Is it a team meeting at a market center? Is it a consultation with leadership? Is it a live stream like we're doing right here? Or is it another type of class that isn't mentioned here in this dropdown? You can also search by specific class name. So if you want to see, okay, when is the next, let's see, is there an Ignite? Yeah, when is the next Ignite class in all MCs all over the world? And then is this an online event or an in-person event? We're going to uncheck online. We're just going to do in-person. So now we're going to apply filter here. And this is going to show me all Ignites across all market centers everywhere. It shows me there are 30 Ignites that are going to be on Monday the 30th. There are 16 Ignites that are going to be on Tuesday the 1st and all that fun stuff. If you wanted to change that out, you just wanted to see, okay, maybe not all market centers, maybe just my region. We'll apply filter here. And it looks like nobody in the region is hosting any, what are they talking about? Any Ignite classes for the month of May and June. You can show just one particular day, you can do by week or month, or you can create an event yourself, theoretically. And okay, this is apparently where that filter for events that you manage is coming from. So say you're hosting, I don't know, some kind of market center event. Maybe you've got a fundraiser or you've got maybe a VIP party or something that you're hosting. You can add your own event to the market center calendar here. Most of this is pretty self-explanatory. You put in your name, 3 or more characters. And if it's maybe a class that you're hosting, something that KW International recognizes, you can choose it from here. We'll do bold. Oops. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. Never mind. This is apparently a fairly new feature. We're just not going to mess with that too much. Got your description down there. You can add in, I think, no, it looks like no images there. What region is it in? Looks like we're in the Greater Heartland region here. Is this an online event or not? What's the address of the event? What market center is it being hosted in, if any? You don't necessarily have to have a market center. Date and time. What type of event is it? Is it a class, other, that kind of thing? Basically those filters that we were looking at earlier. Does it require external registration? So say you've got the event set up on like Eventbrite, and you need people to register through Eventbrite in order to be able to attend, you would tell it yes, and you'd paste in your Eventbrite URL right there. What kind of category, audience, visible to public or not. Instructors, this is where, let's see. Search for Scott Leroy. There we go. Scott is teaching. So say you're hosting Scott at your market center. You may want to add that to the calendar here and get some more attendance there. And then if there is a price, you can put in a price. If you've got a flyer or an image or something like that for this event, you can choose your file and upload your PDF or whatever. And then you can either submit it and that's it for the event, or you can submit and continue. Yeah, okay. It's got some required stuff. I'm not actually going to submit that. It looks like it's pretty self-explanatory. Coming back up to the top menu, we're going to hover over resources here. We're going to go through pretty quickly each of these events, or excuse me, each of these menu items. Culture is learning about KW culture, so like about the Y4C2Ts, wellness, KW Cares, Red Day, the IALC, and the Policies and Guidelines Manual. You can learn about all the different culture facets of KW International, which is a big deal. KW, one of the things that separates us from other companies is the culture. We give back, we serve, we help each other. That's what KW Cares is about. So if you want to learn more about how KW works with people, basically, is what culture means. And that's found on this page. Events here, I don't know how this is different from the calendar. Let's see what we've got. Okay, events like Family Reunion or Mega Camp or Red Day. So if you want to learn about the big events that affect the whole company, this is a great place to learn about that. Industry, what does that mean? Why industry relations? The industry exchange. I don't know what this means yet. So if you want to contact KW International to figure out what that means, you can contact them there. Looks like they have resources about do not call, flood insurance, fair housing, all that fun stuff. Let's look at what do not call has. Accessing the do not call registry. Access the registry. Can you actually just go right into the registry here? Okay, it looks like you can register or log in. So this is an easy way to access the Do Not Call registry if you already have an account or if you want to create an account. Okay, let's go back to KWConnect. Back up to resources. Keller Mortgage, as far as I understand, there are only certain regions and certain market centers that have Keller Mortgage in them at this point. I know the goal eventually is to have Keller Mortgage in all market centers as a resource for your clients, but right now only certain market centers have this, and apparently you can join the lab. It's going to add it to your KW app, and they have to approve you to join the lab. Questions about Keller Mortgage, success stories, scripts to use for Keller Mortgage, tools for leadership, Keller Mortgage profile page. Apparently, oh, they've got a profile page for Keller Mortgage here in KWConnect. Okay. The store, so it looks like materials and flyers and booklets and things like that. Huh. Okay. Dropping down here to KWU, this is where we're going to spend a good bit of time. This is where you can find all of your KWU courses and materials. So things like Ignite or Bold, or let's just go into courses here, see what all there is. Eventually. Lunch and Learns, 30, 60, 90, ALC clinics, agent financials, career visioning, expansion systems orientations, what is that? Growing your profit share tree. These are classes that are provided by KW International. They provide all the curriculum and they have a specific way that they're supposed to be taught. And if you or your market center are teaching these, the people that are taking your classes are going to find the materials and everything here. And in fact, you as the instructor would find the materials here. Looks like there are a bunch of millionaire real estate agent classes. Okay, these are admin classes. Okay, listing specialist, buying specialist. Let's see. Quantum Leap, if you're teaching Quantum Leap, which is a big deal. Gary Keller, it used to be Gary Keller was the only person who could teach Quantum Leap. And now there are about 6 people who can teach Quantum Leap, who are personally trained by Gary. So I took Quantum Leap one time with my old market center down in Pensacola. Great experience. If you have the chance, definitely do Quantum Leap. Safety by choice, not by chance. That's being safe on your listing tours and your buyer tours and things like that. 411 time management, 6 personal perspectives. So these are all the classes that are provided by KW International. And if you need materials for those, if you're teaching or if you're attending one of those classes, you can find those here. Let's find Ignite specifically. Here's Ignite right here. It looks like we've got it in the 3rd row, and I think they're organized alphabetically. You can change that sort, Z to A, highest rated, most popular. I bet Ignite is going to be right at the top of most popular. Yeah, there it is right there. So we'll do Ignite. And here in Ignite, this is just a general description of what what Ignite is right here for new agents, agents new to KW, and those who choose to grow their business to capping. That's what Ignite is for. It's to get you to the point of capping. Once you have capped, and you can do that consistently, from there are additional MREA courses and Bold and everything. Actually, it starts with Bold from the point of capping to the next level. So Ignite is to cap. Bold is from capping to the next level, just for FYI. You can see list of upcoming courses. So what market centers maybe in your region or across KW that are going to be starting Ignite soon. Next available course looks like it's going to be on Thursday, a couple of days from now, and you can attend that right here. You've got your materials right here. There are a lot of materials here for Ignite. These are all going to be doc and PDF files and slideshows. You've got your student files on the left. If you're attending Ignite, the Ignite handbook is going to show you or tell you exactly what files to go find here on this page. It'll give you the, what are they called? The file names and everything. And these are always going to be the most up-to-date versions of the files. I see we've got French Canadian here. So if you are working out of a printed Ignite book, it'll tell you to come look for a certain file, and if that file name isn't exactly here, but there's something similar, that means that that file has been updated since your printed Ignite book was printed. So definitely check out this spot for all of your course materials. You can print course materials right here. You'd be ordering that from Office Depot, I believe. I believe it costs about $40 to print all of your Ignite materials. So you may actually just want to look up the online versions here. This printed materials here is the same that's going to be in this list right here. So you don't necessarily have to print it. You can have it in PDF form right here. Under e-learning, and this is going to be true for most of the classes here, they're going to provide videos that you're supposed to be watching during and between your Ignite sessions. And this is where you can see those videos. So our first one here, Power Session 1, Ignite Your Business. If we open this up, oh, apparently this is the materials for that specific Ignite session. Okay, it looks like this isn't videos. Huh. Okay, let's go back. Back under e-learning, apparently each power session has its own materials. You can section those out here. Apparently you don't have to go through the full list right here to try to find them. Reviews, you can write a review about Ignite. You can pastel backgrounds with white ink makes web pages impossible to read. Okay, that was just somebody didn't like the page, and that was a while ago apparently. So if you're reviewing the Ignite class, or excuse me, if you've taken the Ignite class, you can write a review about what you learned or didn't learn, how it could be improved, what was great about it, that kind of thing. And then for faculty resources, it looks like that's coming soon. Going back up to resources, MAPS coaching. If you want to get involved in coaching, you can get started in group coaching, which is you're on a conference call with several other people with a MAPS coach. Mastery coaching is one-on-one coaching, which is pretty expensive. But if you're past group coaching, you've already reached a high level in your business and you just want to keep improving, Mastery is a great idea for that. You've got information about Mega Camp, expansion, opening up a Mega Agent office maybe in a new market center area. Masterminds, you can collaborate together with other high-producing agents to learn how to build your business. Lots of really cool stuff here in MAPS coaching. Under that, we've got marketing. This is a new section that I haven't actually looked at here. It looks like it's materials that you can buy or print from KW International or from, excuse me, other vendors there. So there's Red Label Clothes, it looks like, the Outfront Magazine. I didn't mean to click that. There you go, you can order Outfront Magazine. Press release templates, it looks like those are going to be free. It's going to be a Word doc that you can download and fill in with your information. Learn how to boost your social media presence. If you're in leadership, there's a toolbox here of materials that you can use for recruiting, all kinds of fun stuff. And business basics. So this is stationery. This is going to be like letterhead and business cards and property flyer templates that you can use. These are provided by KW. They're free to use, it looks like, and you can customize them after you've downloaded them. They're not going to auto-populate anything. Back here on resources, MCAs, if you're an MCA Market Center Administrator, it looks like they've got a specific page for you. I don't know what any of this means, but if you're an MCA, I'm sure it means something to you. Technology, it looks like this is where it's going to show all the stuff that's available to KW agents. Looks like Killer Cloud is still in the works. We haven't heard anything new about it in a little while, not since Family Reunion, but if you're interested in what's coming forward on Killer Cloud, you can learn about that there. If you're a member of Labs, you can get to the dashboard for that. The referrals section, which is also going to be right here. Learning more about Kelly, about KWConnect itself. That's kind of self-referential. The CGI calculator, which we'll go over in just a little bit. The KW app, the KWLS, KW video, setting up your KW technology. If there's anything, we try to set most things up for you, but if there's anything specific you want to learn how to do with KW technology, if you can't find it with us, this is a great place to find it also. KW International provides tools for that. Listing and productivity tools, I bet there's a listing presentation in here. Let's go look at that. Oh. Okay, productivity tools. Okay, so there's not. This is just getting listings and what to do with listings. Okay. Like I said, this is a learning experience for me and you. What is security? Cybersecurity awareness, real estate fraud, and updating your password. Okay then. All right, back up in resources, leverage. What is leverage? First hire calculator. Yeah, your first hire is supposed to be an admin, and it's apparently, what is this? First hire calculator. What is it? It's an Excel file, looks like. Fill out this easy calculator to see your current hourly something or other. Okay, so if you're hiring someone, use that calculator. Interesting. Career visioning, leverage classes, powerful courses designed to empower you to identify, develop, and lead your talent bench. So this is for if you've reached the point where if you're, excuse me, this is for if you reach the point that, okay, you've got so much business that you don't have time to do all of your paperwork, or you've got more listing appointments than you have time to do paperwork and all that, and you're looking to hire support for you, or you're trying to add a buyer specialist or a listing showing specialist or something like that, this is where you can look that kind of stuff up. Profit share. Let's look at what this is. Looks like there's a couple of news articles here, how profit share works, things you need to know about profit share, agent-to-agent scripts. So if you're looking at recruiting people to KW International, trying to get them into your profit share tree, it looks like you can use these with other agents and other companies. From KWU, grow your profit share tree. There actually is a class from KWU about growing your profit share tree. Looks like that's it for resources. Ask agents. Looks like this is maybe a forum, basically. Okay, building a divorce real estate system. So this looks like a fairly simple forum. What's it called? Format. There we go. If you've got a question for other agents, there are 172,009 agents at your fingertips. So somebody probably has an answer to your question. Here we go. Here's a good one. How can I take one more listing per month? Let's see what people have to say about getting one more listing. He always challenges the agent to get in front of more people, period. Without leads, you have no appointments. Without appointments, you have no contracts. And without contracts, you have no listings. Following the idea from Ignite about this. That is exactly the main thing. Get in front of more people. Use your MLS software. Agents within the MLS. Targeting expired listings. Make some more calls. Lots and lots of online reviews. Put some bait out there. There you go. Use a blog. There you go. That took a while to get to the point. Get to know the president of every HOA board. That's a great way to get more listings there. Jumping over here to Ask Kelly. So it looks like Kelly, make Kelly a part of your day. Okay, so it looks like Kelly does only work with the app. This tells you more about what Kelly can do, and it looks like these aren't links. This is just little blurbs. So you have to download the app and log in. So if you want to learn more about using Kelly, definitely check out our class from last week about using Kelly. Jumping over here to my referrals, this is where you can search for an agent to send a referral to. As we covered last week in our referral network class, this is not necessarily this is not at all a social media platform. You do not want to request every agent in the world to be in your referral network, nor do you have to accept every referral network request that you receive. This is for people that you think you will actually in the future do some referral business with. So say you get a referral network request from Joe Schmo that's across the country from you, and you've never heard of him. He doesn't really have much production. You're you never met him, nobody ever heard of him, and he's just, excuse me, trying to quote unquote grow his referral network by requesting random people. Probably not one you want to accept. But say there's an agent you met in the next market center over in one of your regional events, and you say, hey, I really like their personality. We talked about their business. This is what they do with listings, or this is what they do with buyers, and I think they'd be a great resource to send buyers to over in their area. Definitely send or accept a referral request from that person. Excuse me, if you want to learn more about how to use this referral system, definitely check back on our class from last week. That's at slmtraining.com. We're not going to go much into how to use this system, but we are going to go into how to update your profile in the system to show or not show certain statistics to people that are looking for an agent to send referrals to. Now, you'll notice here in the referral system, it looks a lot like it's in KWConnect, but it's actually its own section of KWConnect. So it's referrals.kwconnect.com. You've got a lot of the same menu items up here at the top, but you'll notice you don't have your profile option up here. To go back and edit your profile instead, you'll have to go back to the KWConnect homepage. Yeah, before we do the profile, we are going to do that. We're going to check out growth here real quick. We've got the career growth initiative, and leadership opportunities. We're going to start at the bottom here because I think this is going to have the least amount of content here. If you are ready to become a team leader or a market center administrator, maybe in a new market center, or to take over for someone that's leaving or something like that, definitely check out this information about what those people do and how to do that, and then contact your, there you go, attend the CGA calls, engage with your team leader or MCA, and network with other leaders that are in that role. Make sure to take the KPA. Your market center can get you in contact with that. Let your team leader or MCA know that you'd like to, that you're interested in those. And then also definitely check with your OP or maybe with your region. There you go. Begin a preliminary conversation about the role. Check the box, I'm interested. And then for growth, the growth initiative here at the center, this is for team leaders and market center administrators. It's market center staff, really. Excuse me. It's a principle that's been in effect for about 10 years with KW International. I think it started, actually I don't know when they started it, but this is how KW has become the #1 real estate agency in the company. We're the we're the largest by agent count. We've got the most volume. We've got the most closed units. We're the #1 company in the country. And this is how market center staff and leadership have had this initiative in place for, and maybe actually closer to 8 years, where they've got a certain number of appointments they're supposed to go on, a certain number of new agents they're supposed to bring in each month, and a certain number of agents they're supposed to keep each month. And if you want to learn more about that, if you're in market center leadership, or if you want to help your market center leadership to help continue to grow KW and continue to stay that #1 real estate company, definitely check that out with your market center leadership. And then lastly, under growth, this is specifically for agents. The CGI was introduced in 2016, about mid-year, about second quarter is when it started. And this is applying the principles of the growth initiative, which took KW to the #1 spot in all of real estate. And it's applying them to agents to help them be the #1 agents in their local area based on the principles that are already proven to work in the growth initiative. It's about appointments. It's about excuse me, listings taken, it's about production, and it's about end of the line commissions. The CGI has a call every Monday at about 1 o'clock Eastern, or is it Central? I can't remember. I think it's Central, since Austin's in Central time zone. There's a call every Monday. Your market center should be hosting that. There are some tools down here that your market center should be able to teach you about. We may be having a class about the CGI tools. There we go, Monday at 1 p.m. Central. That's when the call is. There are some tools down here. I think we need to have a class on the CGI specifically because there's a lot of stuff in there. If you want help setting your your CGI goals, you'll see right, where is that section here? There we go. It looks like you haven't set your goals there. You can set your 2018 goals, add new goals, or add them later. Your market center leadership should be able to help you with that. You can view your full CGI calculator if you've already set your goals for listing appointments, listings taken, production, closings, all that fun stuff here at the CGI calculator. Okay. So now we've gone across the top menu. Up in the top right, we're going to look at our profile. So we'll hover over your picture here and click on My Profile. And this is the profile that other agents are going to see as they're looking for agents to add to their referral network. So you want to be kind of picky about what's going on in here. This is showing there's your biography there. Here is some of your statistics for the last 12 months. This isn't calendar year, so this isn't showing just 2018. This is showing back to last May. Since it's May 2018, this should show back to May 2017. Memberships that he's in, the service areas in Orlando Central, that kind of stuff. So you can, let's see, you can go look at people's uploads. So if you've added videos or content or anything there, playlists, if you've created playlists of videos in KWConnect that you want to refer back to later, other people can see that as well. The activity feed, it looks like people that are following, well, a lot of people requested Scott to join the referral network. Community here, it looks like KWConnect groups that he's a member of, or that you're a member of, would show here. Events, this is events that either he has started or events that he is going to be attending here. Reports, let's see, calendar reports, upload reports, popular uploads, Market Center training and tracking. I think that's for Market Center leadership mostly. Looking over here to the right, achievements, number of uploads completed in a month time, getting Gary Keller, Diana Kokoska, or John Davis to comment on one of your uploads, excel in a particular category. So to edit the information that shows over here on the About Me section, especially the statistics in your biography and your picture and your cover picture back here, you would go to Edit My Profile. There's an update button up at the very top and down at the very bottom. Once you've made changes to your profile, you can click either one of those to save them. You can upload your picture here. It's not showing a picture of your, a preview of your current picture. This is just if you know for sure you want to change the picture that's already in place on your profile. If you've got a new banner image here, I do want to point out that the requirements for this are very specific, and I don't remember what they are. Let's look that up, actually. I bet that's something that we can search for in KWConnect. Banner image. Edit your KWConnect profile. That's a video. Here's a video for a KWConnect profile banner. And in here, it would tell you, there you go, 1920 by 313. There we go. That's exactly how big the image has to be. It can't be any bigger, can't be any smaller. This is not something that's going to scale. It has to be exactly 1920 pixels wide by 313 pixels tall. It can't be any other dimensions for the banner image right here. Email, phone, mobile, and these can be the same if you want to. Service area, bio, Facebook link, Twitter link, YouTube link, LinkedIn link, Google+. Custom tags. I'm not sure what that's about yet. If you want to play with that, play around with that, go ahead. I'll be learning more about that before the next class as well. It's asking how frequently do you want to receive email notifications about your referral network and about your KWConnect subscriptions to people that are uploading content. Do you want to get this every time something changes, every day, or every week? And then down here, this is the information that you're probably mostly concerned about, the profile display options. So do you want to show any team you're a member of in your profile for other agents to see when they're looking for a referral? Do you want to show memberships that you're part of? So KW commercial or luxury or farm and ranch, things like that, young professionals. Do you want to show closed units for the last 12 months? Buyer closed units? Time with KW, so it would show members since such and such year. Show your specializations. I'm not sure where that's going to come from. I think it might be the White Pages profile, not sure about that. Languages is going to come from the White Pages profile. Listing sold units, so this is total units, this is buyer, this is seller. Lease units, or time in real estate. So this is maybe you say you came to KW from another company and you started real estate 15 years ago. You would want to show that on your profile, and I think that comes from, actually I don't know where that comes from. That's a very good question. I need to ask KW International that. So you can turn those on and off there, and then you would just update that, and now those are or are not going to show on your profile on the referral section of KWConnect. I think that's about it for today. Let me double check that Scott didn't want me to Labs. Where is labs? How do we find labs? Let's search for labs. There's latest in labs, but I don't know how. Would it be under memberships? My memberships. No, apparently not. Where is labs? Community? Would that be it? Yeah, there it is. Okay, so if you're a member of labs or you're a member of the Tech Ambassador, if you're a member of Commercial or Luxury or any of those, you would hover over your picture in the top right, click on Community, and that's going to show that section of your profile. And then to access labs, apparently, I'm not a member of labs, so I've not done this before. You can open that up, and it looks like this is essentially a group for labs participants. There you go. That's a good suggestion. I like that one. Let's see. Is there anything else? All right. So it looks like that's all that Scott wanted me to cover. I definitely need, excuse me, I don't need, but if you guys have questions about things that you'd like specifically to be able to find, things that you need help with, things that are unclear about KWConnect here, let's just search for a listing presentation since we've got the time at the end here. So if you search listing presentation, it looks like our first option here is there's a Win with Sellers class in Ignite, and I bet there's a listing presentation template there in that section of Ignite. Looks like this team has uploaded their listing presentation. We're using virtual reality videos and listing presentations. White Mountains listing presentation book. So there's a bunch of agents that have uploaded their listing presentations, and you can make changes to their versions and make it into your own. Customer focused listing presentation. Go across here. So yeah, lots of agents have uploaded their own files here for newest first. Let's do highest rated. Listing mastery. That looks like it's a video. Pre-listing presentation. So it looks like this lady, a lot of people have liked her pre-listing presentation that she uploaded. So if you're looking for something like that, you can just search for it up in the search bar. You can filter it again by documents. You can filter it by links. Is anybody linked to a listing presentation? Yeah, it looks like there's a couple. KWU courses. So this is going to show that Win with Sellers section of Ignite. Pages. That's a bold section for listing presentations. So lots of fun stuff here in KWConnect. If you guys do have questions, I'm going to leave the recording open for another couple of minutes. Definitely send those over in the chat window. And if you have questions after the class, or if you're watching this on a recording, or there's something more that you'd like to have covered, definitely shoot them over at support@scottleroymarketing.com.